Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today a little bit of Xbox drama that is going to affect us here over in World of Warships Legends. But before we talk about that, let's go ahead and take a look at the comment of the video, and that of course goes out to T. Wagner. He says, all carrier vids get thumbs down. Don't want them, don't need them. And to that I say, Mr. T. Wagner, well, unfortunately, I feel like we're going to be talking about carriers a lot because it is going to change the meta. So if you want to keep giving me thumbs down, you're going to have to subscribe so you don't miss the opportunity to do so. And for all of you out there, I'd love to see you guys subscribe as well. Maybe don't give me a thumbs down if you do like the content. Additionally, if you're following me over here, I do also have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Twitch. Twitch, we are going to be streaming on Friday evenings, so please go ahead and follow me on all of those channels. But anyway, let's get over to the Xbox drama and how it affects us. So Friday morning, Xbox put out a note saying basically they will be doubling the price of all of the Xbox Gold prices, meaning that it would be about $120 a year to play on Xbox Gold, and the community was none too happy about this price increase. Mind you, it has been around for about 10 years, that price, and people have just kind of figured it into their lives. If you're an Xbox gamer, you're gonna give Microsoft $60 just to be able to play Madden and Call of Duty and all the games you love. And it's kind of weird because Xbox does differ from Sony in their ability to let you play free-to-play games. You don't need a PS Plus subscription, which is Sony's version of Gold, in order to play any of the free-to-play games like World of Warships Legends. However, Xbox does require that. And this was one of the things that a lot of people were pointing out to Xbox, being like, hey, you, first off, price increase, yeah, we get it, yada, yada, yada. Or not really, people didn't really get it, but still, they're like, okay, price increase, that's one thing. But why can't we play free-to-play games like Sony? And Microsoft, I guess Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, had a good long think, or they realized how much flack they were getting for this kind of poor decision and reversed their stance, saying that there would no longer be a price increase and they would begin to match Sony's policy on free-to-play games. So now you won't have to pay for Xbox Live in order to play free-to-play games on Xbox, which is one, really cool, and I think this is going to be an opportunity for World of Warships, because guess what? There is now a huge player base that now has the ability to come into World of Warships. It's free to play, and that means, guess what? Zero barrier to entry. Now, Xbox is already kind of making a push to be the value console this generation, right? We're looking at Game Pass where they're saying, hey, look at all these games. All of our first-party studios are coming to this day one. You can upgrade to it for $1 a month if you've prepaid for Xbox Live for 3 years. You just gotta pay $1. We'll convert that all to Ultimate, and then it's $15 a month for PC Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, and that Gold subscription. In addition, Xbox is also making some other really interesting value plays. Like, they have a payment plan for the Xbox that's 0% financing. So you could walk into, if you don't have a large sum of money to buy a console all at once, they do offer a way for you to purchase either the new Series X or the Series S, and then also get Game Pass for one convenient price that is monthly, that is no more than if you were to have bought it all money up front, which is very much a plan that we have seen mobile phone companies do to kind of get people who don't have as much money in their pockets day to day to be able to purchase things. Because guess what? $1,000 now is just as good as $1,000 over 12 months. So if Xbox can extract that from people, they're going to. But this also makes it a play for value for everyone else, and it's definitely something Xbox is going towards. And if Xbox is targeting that value-based consumer, value-based consumers are going to be seeking values, and another value way to play video games is free-to-play games. So that means we may be seeing a good new chunk of players come to World of Warships Legends, and those are the new free-to-play players who don't have Xbox Live or who are on that payment plan. But either way, more people is always great. It's more players to learn to play against, and it just means we're going to have a larger and healthier community. And I, for one, look forward to that, not just because I make content and maybe some of those people will come watch these videos, but because having more people means we'll get more development time probably, and we will see more features added, and overall this may have a better chance of being an even larger and more successful game. And hey, that's what I'm all here for. I'm all for a bigger and better game that we can invest our time in, and that keeps getting added onto and just increases and enjoys my time. So yeah, that's my big point when it comes to this is, hey, guess what? We may have some new friends coming in, and hopefully they're good. They probably won't be. Hopefully may the odds ever be in your favor that the people on your team are veterans and the people on their team are these new players. But if they're not, guess what? It's our job as a community to kind of teach them the ropes, and that's what we'll do. And I, for one, look forward to it. By the way, gameplay, we're having some fun in the New Orleans right now. Of course, New Orleans, pretty much a mini battleship. That is what the heavy cruiser line for the Americans are. They are mini battleships. I really like that map, and that position you saw me go into in the first verse. I really like it for these heavy cruisers, and that's because you're able to take cover at the islands and set up crossfires on anyone who wants to push into the cap, and that's what we saw in that first part. And now, of course, we're pushing in, trying to get the capture, because we are it's 3 caps to 1, but of course we're going to be able to take this one down. We're playing very conservatively, and it does end up paying off for us. Now, once we get this cap secured, we are going to be starting to look at that hipper, seeing if that Colorado pops back up, because he was nicely broadside, and if we can do a little bit of damage to him while we are still hidden away behind this island, good for us. Doesn't appear that he's going to pop up again, so now it's going to be time to hunt that hipper. We do have a battleship kind of protecting us. There is that destroyer all the way out there. No health left and just outside of our firing range. Probably one that we will not be able to hit. Of course, we are being told the hipper is the closest ship to us thanks to our little skill there. And we are just going to go ahead and start looking, because we can see he's sailing broadside to us. So we should be able to nail him for a good chunk of health right here. He is all the way halfway down. We've taken some pot shots at him during this game. Shots away, little bit too far back to hit the Citadel on him. Waiting on that reload, of course. New Orleans just shy of a 13-second reload, which really isn't too bad, because by the time you're engaging shots, ooh, there we go. There's a nice juicy Citadel. By the time those shots are landing at appropriately distanced targets, you are only waiting a couple more seconds for that reload. So it does feel a very good amount of time for that reload, just because you can see where your shots are hitting, adjust, and then like we saw right there, we just got 2 Citadels in a row because we're making the adjustments each time we fire to make sure that we are consistently hitting. And Mr. Hipper is no more. We are spotted, and Colorado shooting on through, and he hits us real hard there. Real hard. We're going to go ahead, return fire, try to get in cover, because, of course, he can no longer spot us, but we do want to get additional cover, because if we're looking at the map, they are definitely making a push towards B, and our more effective position will be in their cap, where we can start shooting. Of course, this Atlanta right here, this aiming session just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't really target the Atlanta correctly. We're always zoomed just kind of really far off from him when we're trying to aim, and it definitely hinders us, because that Atlanta, he is in open water. He should be ours, and we just can't hit him. I know it's the auto aim is usually pretty decent, but here it just does not want to cooperate when we rezoom back in. I don't know if the Atlanta has some sort of magical spell that lets him do that, or if just this situation is one that the auto aim really isn't used for. Because once we get back to the Massachusetts, that's about right for the auto aim, but something on the Atlanta was feeling pretty fishy. Anyways, we're keeping with AP. We can go ahead, hit that superstructure, and it's just like when you use the British cruisers when you're firing AP, is you're still going to be doing a good chunk of damage, and as long as you can consistently land in those superstructures, you're going to be doing way more damage with the AP than you are with HE. Of course, you are trading that potential damage off for the chance to set fires, but at this point, I'm kind of liking just doing damage over setting those fires, and we are just going to go, and we are concealed right now, so we're just going to start pumping lead down range and trying to help out our team and racking up the damage. Of course, we can't really be seen again. We only have 6k health, so any of the battleships, a full broadside could easily delete us if we are within range, and enough of those shells, if RNGesus doesn't like us, enough of those shells could easily hit us and just delete us. So we do need to attempt to stay hidden. Of course, we do have our plane out because that Colorado is lurking nearby, and we do want to keep an eye on him. Thankfully, we have a battleship that's engaging him and has taken down a good chunk of his health, so he isn't as big of a threat as he was to us initially, but we still do need to be keeping an eye on him. Thankfully, we do have the ability to see about where the closest ship is, and we can keep an eye on this. Of course, we're going to go ahead and try to reposition now because he's going to go ahead and sail in to that center section of the map. And when he does that, he kind of has to be broadside. So if we can get over far enough, we can go ahead and get a couple good hits on him. First salvo's away. Luckily, he's firing at a broadside battleship. He gets taken out. That's the biggest threat to us. We are, of course, still spotted. Massachusetts may be taking aim at us. He does have that rear gun available to him that he is able to use. But looking at him, he isn't really aiming at us. So we do kind of feel like we're in the clear. But, of course, Ingenious is now proccing up that we are targeted. So it is time for us to take some evasive maneuvers. Massachusetts, only one left. So we're going to let those shells fly, see what they do. Whew! Close one right there. Thankfully, nothing hit. And we are going to go and try to get behind this island so that he can't see us and we are protected once again. And there he goes. He blows up, and that is the game for us. Decent game in the New Orleans. I had a bunch of fun with it. Look at those wonderful milestones parking up. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, all those links down in the description below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.